What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh god, I don't know. I'm staring at my lights apparently. Oh goodness, no, we're in emote only mode just when I'm offline because uh, of that thing that was happening to people when they got people being bad chatty in their things while they are offline. So, one of those things to combat hate people on Twitch. But yeah. Oh my goodness, been graced by the king. Hello, Ava. Hello, Brobo. Hello, Claymore. Thank you, husband, for doing stuff for me. Hello, Teo. Yes, I can see that you're slightly distracted. He's watching some arts and things. Okay. I did see that. I did see the thingy, and I might have to go and update some things, but I haven't because I'm lazy. But yeah, that's all right. I'll get to it eventually, just like I'm lazy about putting all my recipes up on YouTube. Have not done this yet. If Abba only did it today, and Abba is much more on top of things than I am, despite his lack of top energy, then yeah, I don't have to feel bad about it. But anyway, welcome. Happy Thursday, everyone. Thursday or whatever time of the week it is for you. Happy time zone, everyone. It is Thursday evening for me. It is the weekly Quake Bakes dinner and dessert. I hope you're all cozy. I hope you all have something to drink, something to eat, and you're ready for some tasty food demos and things. It's amazing how much I forget about how to do this after not doing it last week. So bear with me. I'm just going to stare at that light for a minute. And yeah, I need to adjust some things. I'm looking at my cupboards and hoping they would get redone. But it's expensive right now. Anyway, on to the thing. Let's begin. Hello, Triple Sundog. Welcome in to the Earth Kingdom. Arts and Things. Yes, he is watching Arts and Things. I'm glad to see you, Triple Sun. If you stick around for the 10-minute follower thingy, then I will say hi to you again. But we're going to get started with some sugar cookies. Because I want things to cool down enough for me to be able to decorate some today. Hopefully, in theory. And also, I didn't actually look at I looked at the ingredients. I wrote all the ingredients down. And then I didn't actually look at the bake time or anything. So I gotta find that again. I'm assuming 350 for like 10 or 12 minutes. Because that's a cookie thing. That's a cookie thing to do. It's somewhere in here. I just had it. I've been moving all my photos around because I had so many duplicates and it was just taking millions of years to go through anything. And so now, of course, I've lost everything. That's in here somewhere. I thought about making a separate folder for just recipes. Seemed like a good idea. Aww. I'm glad you could stop by, Ava. It's good to see you. I hope your night is going well. Thank you for lurking. And when you drop the lurk, you have to do exercises. That's the rules here. I'm sorry, I don't make them. I mean, I do, but they've been made, so they can't be changed now. Good evening, Axel. Don't mind me. I'm just scrolling on my phone trying to find the recipe that I'm using. Oh goodness. Oh, I'm almost there. I'm recognizing some of these. Aha! And you can tell it's old because it's like even the picture of the recipe has like all the food stains and things on it, so it's a well-loved. Well, good thing I checked because 400 for 6 to 8 minutes. That was pretty close, actually. You know what? I'm gonna do 375 because I'm on convection, and I should be good. Cool. So, of course, as always, start with butter. Don't mind my slightly dirty bowl. I mixed up a batch earlier because it needs to chill for an hour. Takes no time at all to whip up your butter if it's been on the counter for several hours, nice and room temp. That is flour. I don't need flour right now. I need sugar. It's my classic half-prepared self. Hello, Bo. Welcome in. Oh, and Robo went on a lurk. Clay, can you please do some shout-outs for Ava and for Bo? Yeah, you gotta give a couple minutes. Not a couple minutes, but like, you gotta give Nightbot a few seconds to refresh in between. Because she's, temperamental. How have you been, Bo? I saw that you beat the primal thing. Bo proving that bards are good for something in Final Fantasy. Although, what do you think of the changes? I haven't actually looked at any of the changes yet coming up for Endwalker, but from what Teo was saying, is it looks like they're making them even more focused on buffing rather than increasing their own usefulness. Yeah, we've had a bunch of new friends that are all like saying, "Come to our server, come and play Final Fantasy with us." I'm like, but everyone I know is on this server already, but not worried about it because with cross data center play, I'm gonna be able to play with new friends and old, hopefully. Although if I skipped all like cutscenes and things, I could probably level something to 80 pretty quick. Not that I would want to. I got enough other things to do. New AoE attack. Oh. Okay. They kind of already had that, didn't they? They had the song that gives you the rolling buffs. Big arrow, buff activatable after every song. Well, still won't be my main, but what smells good? It's just this. This is just butter and sugar. It's not frosting. This is the dough. Mark needs a snack. There's grapes and there's still pico. There's still pico. Pico and Scoopy chips. Yeah, the watermelon salad's in there too. Mark needs to come by for snackies. Okay, so here's all my wets. Gotten everything nice and moist. And I can get rid of my whisk, because now I'm going to put the flour and baking powder and salt in, which I pre-measured, because I'm on top of things sometimes. And just mix together with wooden spoon, because I don't want to, well, one, the whisk is not quite sturdy enough to do this part of it, and I don't want to overmix it now, because overmixing at this stage gets tough cookies, and You might want to be a tough cookie, but you don't want to eat a tough cookie. Unless you're like having biscotti, and then you're dipping it in coffee, and then it's a whole different situation altogether. Mark says he wants to dip his biscotti in Vinsanto. We also dipped in coffee because we were disrespectful Americans. The wooden spoon is just sturdy. I could also use like one of my silicone spatulas. I just had this out already. A lot of recipes will say use a wooden spoon. No, you don't have to specifically use a wooden spoon. I have a spatula ready to go anyway to scrape everything off the spoon. But I could have just used this spatula in the first place. So no, just something sturdy. And then that's going to go in the fridge because it needs to stiffen up. And of course you can put whatever flavoring you like in there. I used vanilla with this one. I made some earlier with lemon paste. So those will be a little bit lemony. So, just gonna put a little flour on my board and dump out that cookie dough and put my new cookie dough back in the container. And of course recipes will say, because you can see this is really soft right now, this would be no good for trying to roll out and punch shapes out of. So that's why we chill it down. We needed that butter nice and soft for our mixing purposes, but now we need to chill it back down so we can roll and cut out our puppy snacks, puppy treats. For all good pups love treats. Don't have to sit there and respond to all Clay's talking about the new board games that came in the mail. We have games we haven't even played, but always getting new ones in the mail anyway. Okay. So that's just there to help me keep things from sticking. Move that before I knock it over. And I'm just going to roll this out until it's like a 1/4 inch thick or something. Oop. That's why we use the flour, so it doesn't come off and stick on our rolling pin. You can also give your pin a dusting. That'll help you too. There we go. Nice and easy. Look at a Silpat. If you don't have a Silpat, just use parchment paper. But let's see how these work. Clay printed out some cookie cutters, so here's my dog/wolfie kind of face, head face thing. Pop out a couple of those. And of course, the things we have learned from 3D printing cookie cutters is that you don't want things with real narrow bits, because they don't come out so well. Because they're not metal, the edges are fairly thick, so you gotta have big shapes, yeah. And then we've got our little bone, which is nice because it's small and it fits in all the little spaces in between. Oh, that's cute. Look at this. Look at this little puppy snack. And it's just the right size for this dog to eat. Right? Nice and cute. Can do a million of those ones. Oh, hi, Freezy. How are you doing today? How's your... It's late for you. Is it even Thursday anymore? I don't think it's Thursday anymore for you. It's late. I'd be in bed. Because I'm a sleepy boy. It's alright. Friday morning? Yeah. Well, I hope your Thursday was good. I hope your Friday is starting off good. Do you have to work today? Clay, if you don't mind shouting out Freezy also. Freezy is a Greek, I believe, streamer. Streams DVD, some other fun things. So there's my paw. Oh, good, you're free. Free to hang out and have a lovely, fun Friday. And then I've got a little Stampy Do, so let's see how well this works. Doesn't look like it. Hopefully those will come out after the oven, but that's the idea. Fingers crossed. It's a pob. It's fine. He's got a hyena agenda shirt on, I believe. For what? No, why? No, you can't. No. Okay. So Mark just asked if I use pasteurized eggs because he wanted to eat some cookie dough. However, that's a misnomer. The eggs are fine. You could eat the raw eggs. They're not going to hurt you. What's going to hurt you, more likely, is the raw flour. So, don't eat cookie dough unless you have toasted your flour beforehand. So any place that you go that has like cookie dough and things, they will have toasted their flour and use pasteurized eggs, honestly. But still, the flour is the more likely source of things that are going to be bad for you. So I put the first one in the oven, and of course immediately forgot to set a timer. It's alright, they don't take that long, and I'm just gonna keep popping out some more. Although now I will have to gather this back up and re-roll it. And the nice thing about having that small cookie cutter toasted flour isn't just heated up. It doesn't have to, I mean, I could use the toaster oven, but you could just take a cookie tray and spread out your flour on it and just bake it in the oven at 350 for like 5 minutes. And they call it toasting, but it just heats it up enough that it kills any potential salmonella in it. So It's not likely that you'll get sick from it, but I will never say go eat raw cookie dough, because you could potentially get sick, and I don't want any of you getting sick. Also, go get vaccinated if you're not vaccinated, because I don't want you getting sick. And of course, when you gather it up and re-roll it, you can only do that like a max of 2 times. Just because you keep working the dough, the same dough, and it gets tougher and tougher. And so then you're getting your tougher cookies. So you want to space your cutouts close together to maximize what you can get out of it. Let's see, can I get another? Not quite. I didn't give myself enough space. It's alright. I'll do one more rollout, but then I'll be done with this dough. Although I could shape some into like tart pans or just make it flat cookies. Not fun shapes, I know, right? Why bother if you're not gonna have a fun shape? But I also don't like just throwing away excess. So maybe I will save this, put it back in the fridge, and use it with the next batch. Oh no. Disclaimer, Commander releases stream. Wait, what am I releasing from liability? I have not said anything controversial. I said don't eat raw cookie dough, and I said get a vaccine. Because vaccines are safe and effective. And not eating raw cookie dough unless you have toasted your flour and pasteurized your eggs keeps you safe from salmonella. So if I still need a disclaimer, I'm not sure what for. Okay. Oop, almost forgot to stamp. Oh, okay. Almost forgot to stamp my paws. Okay. And I will save these somewhere. Oh, I have my flour bowl. And just set this aside for later, because I will need to do some more cookies later, but probably off stream. So honestly, that is my cookies pretty much ready to go, and I can move on to pot pie. Or not pot pie, because I'm not making crust. It's shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie. So, close to a booster. Oh yeah, I'll be at 6 months. I think in November, December kind of time frame. Though I think they were saying 8 months for normal people. I need a knife. Knife. Where's the knife? The kingdom for a knife. Ava's kingdom for a knife. Okay. My knife was in the sink, so I'll just give it a quick wash. Okay. Yeah, I think 8 for us. I don't know if there's something special for you. I think but again, they didn't recommend boosters for young people, young healthy people. So theoretically, I am in that young healthy range. So, if you've never had shepherd's pie, I was talking on another stream this morning about it. Oh, I just got my hands into chicken. Clay, you come take cookies out of the oven? What? I guess you get to eat one if you want. My goodness. Yes, he gets to use the new mitt too. Are they lightly browned? Okay, then put them in for another couple minutes. Honestly, Clay has more experience with these cookies than I do. 375 convection. Oh, goodness. Yes. Get the cookies and don't break everything. So, what I was saying. Yeah. If you've never had shepherd's pie before, it's basically like some sort of meat and vegetables in a gravy with mashed potatoes on top. And honestly, I don't know why I'm cutting the chicken first, except for I'm trying to get rid of my things that make me wash my hands every 5 seconds. So I'm just kind of mincing the chicken up so it's not like ground, but it's small bits. And it'll go in. So it's kind of like a pot pie, but a pot pie would be baked into a pie crust, whereas this is just in a typically oven-safe dish, and then you put mashed potatoes on top, and then you put them back in the oven so that your mashed potatoes can get browned on top. And so I defrosted some chicken earlier, and I took the bones out. I haven't seen them. Oh, no, what I was saying is he has them pull them out and put the other tray in. And set the timer for 7 minutes. Sorry, 8 minutes. I set up for 6 minutes. So now set up for 8. Yes, you can eat a bone. He wants my bone. Good thing I have a few to spare. Oh, and the paw prints did show up. And that's how quick it is to make cookies, honestly. If you weren't trying to shape them into anything, if you just wanted like circles, you wouldn't even have to chill it. You could just drop them in circles, and they'd spread a bit, but they'd bake real fast. Even faster because they wouldn't be cold. And then you'd have cookies in like 20 minutes. I did take off some of the skin. These are chicken thighs. But I left some of the skin on for some of that flavor. It'll crisp up when I fry it up. Give me some good flavor. I'm gonna sneeze. Achoo! Excuse me. I could not mute myself like I normally do because I can't touch my headphones right now. I was thinking about getting a like area whatever sort of pickup-y mic so that I wouldn't have to like translate for when Mark starts yelling stuff. Almost through. Almost through my pile of chicken. And of course, if you're vegetarian, just leave the chicken out. You can put plenty of vegetables and things in here that would make it a full meal. You wouldn't miss anything, necessarily. I would put in, at that point, like, some beans of some sort, just for the protein. And of course, just use your preferred type of bean. Any bean but jelly bean. Oh. Robo sent the message prior to me asking for Clay to get the cookies. Could you hear the timer going off? He said it, cookies. Like, Voshnik. Does anyone remember that? Is that just me remembering weird old episodes of Buffy? And I think that's time appropriate too, because I think it was a Halloween episode. It was the one where everyone turned into their costumes, or was it just one where they were all like scared of something because they were trying to figure out how to pronounce the name of the demon, and they read it in a book, and it was like M' Voshnik, and so Willow's like, Voshnik, like, cookies. Goodness. That was out when I was in high school, and of course then I watched it when I was in college, because I didn't watch a lot of TV in high school. Pretty early season too. Must have been season 1 or 2. And they had the horrible realization at the end of the episode. Giles read something in Latin. He's like, and then they were looking at the picture, the caption under the demon's picture. And then they realized that the picture in the book said actual size on it. So spoilers, just in case you haven't seen it. But it's a 20-year-old TV show, so I'm not going to feel bad about, quote, spoiling it. Okay, I need some space. I need to take care of those pants and put them away at some point. Okay. So, I'm just going to start building my regular, like, stew kind of gravy kind of business. I'm going to get my chicken down in the pan to start browning. And then I'm going to ditch this cutting board and get out a different cutting board for all my vegetables and things. And I should probably wipe the counter off in case I got chicken goo on it. Grout tiles. No good. No fun. Okay. There we go. So I do want to get some stuff off my counters. I want to get water going because I do need to make mashed potatoes, which means I need to boil potatoes. And I'm going to do a mix of regular, and sweet potato. Or should I just put the sweet potato? See, it depends. I don't have a whole lot of potato. I think I'm just not going to get a ton of potato. So I was going to put the sweet potato in my mash. Got a couple spots to trim out, but no big deal. And this doesn't have to be pretty because it's just getting boiled and mashed anyway. Kitty cam. I think that's a, I think Clay needs to do that. I can get the oven. Can you? No, can you grab a cat? Grab a cat. I'm checking the cookies. They're not burnt. Oh my goodness. Well, you're just gonna eat it. So I wouldn't worry too much. Grab a cat to come say hi. So I'm just cutting potatoes into small chunks, and then I'll pour water on them. Bo wants to see the cat. Our complacent cat who will sit there and let you hold him upside down and rub his belly. You should have seen the potato skins I made the other day. Those are the big potatoes. So yeah, and I didn't think I'd have enough potato, which is why I was going to put sweet potato in here too. But the sweet potato, I'm going to peel, because this peel is thicker and less, it'll break down less, and I don't really want to eat it. So I'm going to peel the sweet potato. Go. Sweet potatoes just last forever. I've had this on the counter for quite a while. It is still perfectly firm. I'm going to cut it in smaller chunks than I cut the potatoes because it is going to take a little bit longer to cook. So if I give it some more surface area, it'll cook faster. Now check on my music briefly once I get these going. clean up the floor a little bit, because I spilled a bunch of water. I don't want to slip everywhere. There we go. Okay. And I forgot to grab... Should I just yell at Mark, or should I go get my own eggplant? Mark! Can you get me an eggplant out of the garden? It's his payment. Just one, maybe two. I guess they're a little bit small. It's his payment for cookies. Cookie tax. So yeah, I think I got distracted earlier while I was talking about it, but yeah, I'm just baking pretty much whatever meat and vegetables and gravy stuff I want. So eventually I will add some flour to this to let it cook down into a roux once I get all my stuff with my fats cooked that I want. So I want my... Oh, you know what? I should throw some bacon grease down in here, because I've got bacon grease. Seems like a good idea. Hi, Taylor. Happy Thursday. Welcome in. How is your new job? Get some hype in the chat for Terry Billy Jean, who got a promotion. Let's see. Thank you. Suppose I should get some of these, Yeah, sure. I will. I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff out to use. I used those already, but I have these bell peppers that my mom's neighbor gave us. Yeah, I just got them like 2 days ago. I guess like 5 days ago. But still. So yeah, I'm just gonna pull out all the vegetables that I have. Pretty much. I have celery too. Because that's how you make a stew. I mean, you just get all the vegetables you have and throw them together. Boss bailed early and he had trial by fire. I am sure you killed it. Let's see. Oh goodness, I do have a lot of, like, emotes suddenly. Goodness, am I going to be lazy? I might be lazy and just use powdered garlic. I don't feel like shelling a bunch of garlic right now. Oof, something about how I was holding that knife did not... my hand did not like. Let's make sure I don't do that again. Oh, and thank you, Clay, for the shout out for our lovely friend who does oddly chill streams for some very intense horror and action games. Just murders all the monsters like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. He brought a little pepper in too. He brought a cute little pepper in. Look how cute it is. Well, it's gonna go in the stew. What? Nah, it's fine. It's one little pepper in a giant ass stew. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. But I am gonna be lazy and put a bunch of just granulated garlic in here. Because I don't feel like dealing with that right now. I also need to remember to salt it, because I have put a bunch of raw food in here without any seasoning. Except, well, not quite true. There was that bacon fat, which has some pretty good salt in it. Oh, I can turn this up now. I had it low because I had nothing in the pot, and then I'm like, why is this not cooking? Because it's still on low. And of course we're using our Trinipois today, because Trinity is carrot, bell pepper, and onion, and Mirepoix is carrot, celery, and onion, and we're using all four, so Trinipois. I think Trinity is, Mirepoix, of course, is French. It's a nice French word, spelled with a bunch of extra vowels and an X that you wouldn't be able to hear in there if you didn't know. I think it has an X. I think it's Mirepoix. Even if I know how to spell a word, like, it is very often that I will go and Google that word just to make sure I'm not screwing it up. And then Trinity is like from the American South, I believe. And it's probably, I do believe sometimes they even call it the Holy Trinity. So it might have some, probably has some religious overtones there. But regardless, it's good, flavorful food. Regardless of your religious beliefs or lack thereof. Did I say it right? Sometimes I think I would have been better off taking French in school. Not that I remember all that much from my 2 years of high school Spanish 20 years ago. And it was weird. I had an odd journey of language courses in high school because I took Spanish 1 as a freshman. And then I wanted to switch languages because everyone was taking Spanish. It was the easy one. And I don't think I liked the teacher. So I ended up not taking anything the next 2 years. And I took Spanish 2 as a senior because I needed 2 of the same language, apparently. For 2 years of the same language for college applications. So all my friends who were a year behind me got to switch and take 2 years of Japanese. And I got to take my second year of Spanish. And of course I probably just wanted to take Japanese because I was a weeb in high school and wanted to be like one of those nerds who watched anime with no subtitles and no dubs. There's a lot of seeds in these bell peppers. I think we tried to grow some bell peppers and they didn't really take. It's almost time to rip out what garden I do have left and transition to the next season. Did you have a few pots to grow some stuff, Teo? Or are you talking about your grandparents' garden? And of course I don't usually do green peppers, I don't buy them, but I will use them when my mom's neighbor gives them to us because they are lovely and fresh. Oh, yes, okay. Except Teo, you're still a weeb. I'm over here like one of those people who can't multitask anymore. So I've got to watch the subtitles go by, and I'm like, oh, if I need to do something else, I will stoop to watching it in English so I can try to accomplish some other things while I have my anime in the background. Of course, when I was a kid, I had to get what anime I could get. And the anime I was getting was Cartoon Network Toonami. So I'm pretty sure that was all dubbed. Yes. Yeah, and my husband has always been more into anime than I have. He's watched more than I have. But of course there's also like some places where we really don't cross over because there's some things that I have watched that he would not ever watch. Like I watched some things that some of my girlfriends in high school liked, like Those Who Hunt Elves, which is problematic looking back at it, and The Slayers, which is problematic looking back at it, and Battle Athletes, which was less problematic. It was more accepting. There was some gender identity stuff in Battle Athletes that was fairly progressive, I think, if I'm remembering right. I could just be, again, rose-colored glasses on and all that. But yes, I definitely watch more of the cartoony things. He likes the darker, grittier animes. There was we did not get onto hentai. My goodness. There was no sex in those with elves. There's that almost nudity. And everyone wanted those people gone. So I'm sure they could have just rolled around in their tank and asked people. Oh, goodness. Goodness, Robo. This is a family friendly. It's not. I thought about like, I just need to use a longer knife. This is not the right knife for me to be using for this because it is making me grip it wrong and it's hurting my hand. So, let's wash the chicken knife and use it because it is going to be so much nicer for me in the long run. Probably also have to sharpen my knife because I'm just having to press too hard. This is one of those things I should have done before stream. Because then I could have used the whetstones. What I really need to do is learn how to use a strop. Next thing I know, Robo is going to have entered a disclaimer command. I should really take a page out of Rod's book, and just say, well, it's not technically family friendly. I do not want to make anyone uncomfortable. So if we ever get onto a topic that is not making you feel good, just let me know, and we will get off of it. So I am doing these in a specific order. I'm waiting until the end to put in my zucchini and my eggplant because they do not need a whole lot of time to cook. I don't want them to become just mushy and disintegrate. I want there to still be pieces of them. So I will wait until the end to throw those in. And this is one of the nicer things that came out of the garden. We actually grew this, and it looks really nice. It's the, speaking of Japanese eggplant. And I'm excited to use it, although I should rinse it off. Just because there's bugs and squirrels and shit out there. I should take these cookies off the rack and put them in the fridge so they can cool down so I can ice them in theory. But look at those pobs! Look at them! They're pobs! Okay, let's get this eggplant broken down. So I'm throwing the eggplant in. That wouldn't normally be in shepherd's pie. But one, I have it, and two, I was talking about making moussaka earlier, which is a Middle Eastern version of shepherd's pie. They do a little bit of a different thing with the mash on top. I will probably mimic some of that. I'm not using the Middle Eastern spices today because I don't have any lamb, which is why I chopped up the chicken thighs. So normally it would be done with lamb, and you'd use a lot of Middle Eastern spices. But instead, no worries. Thank you for coming by, Taylor. Have fun Star Warsing it up. I think that's where you're headed off to. Go and be diplomatic or disband the Senate or whatever. I'm not sure what your goals are, but I hope you accomplish them. Okay, so my oil and bacon grease have cooked these things to where they're a little bit soft, mostly soft, but I'm going to add some more. You know what? Do I want tomato in this? No, I'm going to use a bunch of that tomato stuff I made the other day. I'm going to drop some more down in there to melt up. And then I'm going to toss my flour in to cook. And that's going to make my roux, which is going to thicken my gravy. And I can immediately have... have fun on your errand, Robo, also. So once this melts... and just dump my flour in and let that cook up. And that cooking flour and fat mixture is called a roux, which is also French, Cajun, Creole kind of influence. And I might need more than that, but it's going to thicken all the juices in here and give me sort of a gravy. I might add some stock down in here to be more gravy. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because I'm adding my tomato sauce. So, here's the story. The other day I didn't know what to make, and I had a bunch of tomatoes to use. And so I just started throwing stuff in a pan and cooking it. I had another big eggplant that it was going to go bad, and I had some more potatoes. And I had all these tomatoes, and I started just cooking it all down. And I'm like, well, this is pretty much like a tomato stew, because it was going to be thick with the potatoes. So, I mean, there was my problem right there. I was billing it as tomato soup, but it was so thick with the other vegetables and things that it was a tomato stew. If you ever watched Rachel Ray, she would have called it a stoop. It's like halfway, because there were no chunks in it. It was pureed, but it was thick. So it was a stoop, if you want to call it that. Anywho, I served some to Mark with a quesadilla. And he uses a quesadilla dip and then says, "This is pasta sauce. You just fed me pasta sauce." So now I've been trying to find uses for this pasta sauce, besides just putting it on pasta, which I did once. And it was good. It was fine. I still maintain that it's not pasta sauce, because I made it completely different than how I make my pasta sauce. But I will concede that it wasn't exactly soup either. So I've pressed it into service as pasta sauce, and now I'm going to use it instead of a gravy for my shepherd's pie. And that also will mimic the moussaka some more. Oh, this smells nice now. I'm going to use it as the gravy, and my roux will thicken it. So it'll be more like a thick tomatoey sauce. And it's already got some of those other notes in there. It's got the eggplant and the potato. So it should taste just fine with everything else. Okay, I'm going to turn that down. These are fork tender. And if you want to know what fork tender is, you just drop a fork in and it should slide right in with very little resistance. It was stoop. Anyway, so since this is cooked, it's also hot. Use my new oven mitt over here to drain. And then let's mash it up. I left a little bit of the water in for mashing purposes. And I will add in some butter, which I am quickly running out of any in the fridge. I know I have some in the freezer because I looked at it earlier, but all I have in the fridge right now is ghee, which is fine. That's just butter without the milk solids. And those potatoes should be hot enough. Oh, I did not salt this at all. So I'm going to add some salt in there. Or else I would have some bland potatoes. There's plenty of steam and heat to melt that butter. To give me a nice facial treatment over here. Open the pores. And it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. I did leave the potato skins on, so there's going to be some skin in there. And that's fine. If I wanted to do like something real fancy, like if you go to a nice restaurant and get something like this, they will probably have made it perfectly smooth and fluffy and put it in a big piping bag and make a nice little swirly star tip pattern thing. I'm not doing that. What I will do should have done. Well, I'm gonna throw some Parmesan in there for one thing. Oh, I had that herbed butter in there, compound butter from a couple weeks ago. I could have used in here for some seasoning. Need to get out my soup sauce. And drop some of that down in there. Let the roux thicken it, even though it's pretty thick already. So I just need it to come to temp, really. And that's what I have instead of gravy. And now I can It's still in a huge container. I still have that much to figure out what to do with. I mean, they'll probably just end up making some more pasta, because that's the most reasonable solution. But I need to get out. Should I just use the big one? I don't know where the big one is. Mark, where's the big one? Also gonna mark. Ooh, it smells nice in here, because that soup was the soup, the sauce, the ragu, whatever you call it. It's really good. It tastes really nice. It smells really nice because I put a lot of stuff in. I cooked it down for a long time, so it developed a lot of good, deep flavor. But apparently, not for soup purposes. Okay. So that's off. This is off. Oh, crap. I should perhaps put the rest of my veg in and let that cook a little bit. Before I just leave it there. I'm sure my mom would make some crack about me putting scraps from my homegrown vegetables into my compost bin to then grow future vegetables, but she's not here right now. Okay. So I'm just going to let those heat up and cook for, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. Actually, with all that extra, I could probably put some more. No, I think I might be good on the sauce, because those vegetables are going to release some more moisture, especially because I need to season them. So let's let that cook for a minute while I find my pan. My big oven safe bowl. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. Do you know where the big oven safe bowl? I'm enlisting tall assistance. Maybe it's in the pantry. Nope. Oh, you found it?
No, I said it's gotta be down there.
Oh. Oh no, it'd be down there. It's lost. It's gone forever. Okay, I could have sworn it's down there. Perfect. This will fit in the toaster oven, won't it?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Put it on the bottom rack.
I could.
Might want to put it on a tray.
No, because if I put it in a tray, then it will be more likely to be bad. Anyway. Now that I found my lovely dish, I can see if my vegetables are ready. Yeah, we're good. We're good here, I think. Maybe not. The zucchini's not quite done. Now it's just a waiting game. Only one day left until the weekend. Oh, I have Drag Race to watch tonight too. Wonder if they'll have another banger this year. Be hard to top UK Hun. I should be turning my toaster oven on right now. Nope, I don't need to turn it on early because I'm using the broil. And the broil is instantaneous-ish. So I'm just gonna drop all this down into my big oven-safe dish. Honestly, I'm very silly because I was cooking it in a big oven-safe dish. I could have just used the one it was in. And that's what I always do when I make moussaka. So, I don't know. What? No, I could have just left it in this dish. Like I usually do. Thought I was putting it in the wrong order. There's no order. It's one thing and then the other thing. So long as I didn't put the potatoes on the bottom. And I'm scraping up all these brown bits because that is lovely and flavorful. This just helps me do more on in the view of the camera. Good. There's enough salt in here. And then I'm just going to dollop my potatoes right on top. Make a nice little cap. Spread it out. And here's where I was saying if you were getting it at a restaurant or somewhere nice, they would just fancy this up. They would pipe this potato. They would like get out their blowtorch, be all fancy, but I don't need to also have to clean a piping bag. I'm gonna have enough piping bags to clean with cookies, with decorating cookies. So there we go. I guess I can throw some breadcrumbs and Parmesan on top of this. If I have breadcrumbs. Do I have breadcrumbs? I thought I had breadcrumbs. Maybe I don't. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna find a spot for that. And broil. And that'll be done in a few minutes. And ready for Clay, because as he's let you know, he's hungry. So while that is finishing up, I can make my frosting for my cookies. After buying so much powdered sugar, I finally ran out. So I tried to make some more powdered sugar, and I tried to do it in the blender this time. So maybe that worked better. But I'm also mixing it with a bit more liquid this time. So theoretically it'll work out anyway. So here's my powdered sugar. And then to that, I just need to add, it says almond extract, that'd be weird. So since I used lemon in the cookie, I'll use lemon in this. And then I need my tablespoon. And I stumbled upon this when I was looking for something to do instead of royal icing. Because I don't have any pasteurized egg whites, and I don't have any meringue powder, so I couldn't make any royal icing. But in theory, this will also work. So let's find out. It's kind of similar, just instead of egg white, it uses milk and corn syrup. So, and it says that it dries to that same, it pipes and dries at the same way that royal icing does. So, it should be an interesting experiment. And if it doesn't work, then I will go buy some pasteurized egg whites or meringue powder and frost them later. Yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to, yeah, this is much too thick. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it does need more milk. it's weird because it's the same recipe. Says use a tablespoon and a teaspoon of milk and a tablespoon and a teaspoon of corn syrup. And then it says, like, in the directions, that's not enough. Add more. To an extent where I'm not sure why they didn't just amend the recipe. Who needs measuring spoons? Honestly. I should use my sturdier whisk. Okay, okay. I see you. I see you, icing. Let's get some color going. Hi, Hoop. I don't know if you want to lick this bowl when it's done. It's just a bunch of sugar, honestly. But if you want to lick out all the sugar, then yes, go ahead. Also, welcome into Hoop. How are you? How was your day since your stream? How was your homework? Did you get your homework did? That is way bluer than I thought it would be. It is hard to dye. It is hard to get pale colors. I literally put like the smallest drop. Well, I was gonna try to make a Ranger cookie head, but it is, I think that is maybe too blue for Ranger. I need to pull up a picture of it to see. Procrastinating. Hoop. Procrastinating, my goodness. Okay. Well, maybe he's pretty dark, although mostly pink, honestly. So I need to make some pink also. Okay, let's try to do less this time. Okay, I think that's less. Let's hope it's less. Hoop was playing apparently a trash run of Stardew, and then had art homework to do. Charcoal drawings and torso studies. Clay has not been completing all his. He's been leaving his spreadsheets for the last minute. Okay, that's a nice pale pink. That's nice. That's nice. Although I think this frosting may be still too grainy for what I want it to be. Yeah, it's kind of grainy. So honestly, I'm just going to do one cookie and then call this exercise in frosting experimentation a failure, and then eat dinner instead. I might let it sit and maybe it'll hydrate enough to make the sugar less grainy, but I don't have high hopes. So here's our cookies. There's our pob and our wolf slash fox head. Wolf slash fox slash dog head. And our bones. And honestly, you can draw Ferb, Clay. I can draw Trogdor. And look, now we have an iced bone. It's a bone. Whee! It's dripping. Yeah, it's too grainy. Frosting is not good. No matter what they say. No, it's grainy because I don't have any powdered sugar. So I had to use regular sugar. I don't think we do. I know, right? Because I used it all and I gave some to my mom. Regardless, we're out of brown sugar also. We have brown sugar? Oh. I did not. This needs to go in a container. Would you just come in and eat all the sugar, Hoop? Yeah, I told you were. It tastes okay, it's just grainy. So I'm not sure I don't know what to do. I'm not sure if it's worth like wasting. I could do a tie-dye one. I can just do a tie-dye type one instead of trying to actually make it look like Ranger.
Your blur seems thicker. What did you do to make the blur?
I didn't.
But it's thicker, like way thicker. This is not thick enough. But that is, because like that is.
How would I just do blue and then I put some pink on top and I do a tie-dye, a toothpick through it. No, it's not going to be pleasant to eat because it's too grainy. Yeah, it's done. I broiled it for 8 minutes. I mean, the real solution is to go buy some pasteurized egg whites or some meringue powder and just go with royal icing. Or try to do this again with actual powdered sugar. Ah, I'm dripping. Dripping. Dripping! I'm really bad at getting the texture of the icing right. But anyway, that'll do. That's a Ranger cookie. Right? Close enough. It's the right colors, and it's in a doggo shape. So yeah, that frosting is... I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna mix an actual royal icing with powdered sugar and try to make it like a thing. But for now, that's what we got. And the cookies themselves are pretty good. And it's still like dripping off because it needs to dry out a little bit. Ooh, so grainy. So grainy! Why didn't I make sugar? So, they say that you can just like put sugar and cornstarch in a food processor and blitz the heck out of it, and it'll turn into powdered sugar. It doesn't work! Maybe if you had like a rich person blender, like if you had a Vitamix, maybe it would work then. But with my Ninja $60 blender, it's not happening. But for now, we have dinner. And oh, I put my scooper in the sink. Ugh. Ugh, I'm silly. And I assure you, this is good enough to eat. We got our good ass gravy. We got our mash on top. And we've got a hungry Clay that has to come get his food. Clay! We have fed the husband. Mission accomplished for the night. And we've made cookies that are still dripping. But it's fine. It's fine. So that's it for today. I will try to art better for the next round of cookies. But for now, I will find someone to do a raids on. It's good to see you, Hoop. Of course, if anyone doesn't know Hoop, please go watch the Hoop doing the arts and the Stardews. But who would like some more viewers right now? See, I would go raid Friendin, but I'm pretty sure Friendin is just hosting. Oh no, he's not. What's Featherfall doing? Oh, they're not on. Okay. So let's go raid this art people. Thank you, Hoop. Always good to see you. I'm gonna raid. Oh no, he's been on for 4 hours already. He's probably wrapping up soon because it's the thing he's doing. So instead, we can raid Keyleth. Also, well, let's see. I should really check and make sure before I just say we're gonna raid this person. Okay. Let's go see the art stylings of our favorite Kangi with a big wampus tail. Thank you all for coming by. So good to see all of you. I hope you have a chill rest of your Thursday evening slash Friday and then a great weekend. I hope you make some sugar cookies and they will turn out somehow cute once our frosting is appropriate. I did. And yeah, please make cookies and make shepherd's pie because it is pretty simple to do and it will be good enough to eat. I guarantee. And please send me the picture when you do. I will see you next time, everyone. Bye.
My current thought right
I
now
forgot.
is that hello. My current thought right now is to thank Quake for hopping on in with some friends. I'm gonna shout you out right now. Quake, how are you playing? You're playing food and drink. What's your favorite character? Is your favorite character food? Is your favorite character drink? They handle very differently. If people don't know me, my name's Kellis. I'm a kangaroo on the internet. I usually like to play sad games that make me want to cry and stuff, but sometimes I do art, and that's what we're doing right now. Hi Hoop, hi Claymore, hi Axel Awoo. I hope